Curioville has reached big city status, and with it, some brand new luxury buildings to appease our ever-demanding residents. So today, we'll be creating a regal university campus, complete with custom waterfall and lots of lovely landscaping. So sit back, relax, and let's build in town to city. And if you're enjoying this series, hit the like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already, so you won't miss out on future episodes. And without further ado, let's continue on. Welcome back to 100 Days of Curioville. That's right, we've reached a major milestone in our Town to City playthrough, and we've also upgraded to large city status, unlocking some brand new buildings, including a university. So we're going to be creating a sort of cultural hub, I guess you could say, and placing down some university buildings, some beautiful landscaping, and yeah, just making a very nice extension to our bourgeoisie district. So without further ado, let's get into game. I've added 2 university buildings, and we also have a fine art auctioneer. I love the detailing on this building. Some like mosaic tiles on the exterior. Adds a nice amount of curb appeal, pun intended. So we've still got the cathedrals to go. We've got a restaurant, which looks promising. And yeah, just a few more unlockables really in this area. I think it's really going to help bring the luxury to Curioville. Already unlocked the theatre, but I couldn't really find a space for it. So we'll definitely be expanding on this area over the next coming parts. Let's start by adding some reeds to the area. Need to navigate to the water decorations. And I think what I might do is mix it up a little bit now and bring in some of the darker reeds. Been using the gizmo tool a lot just to sync certain decorations in that aren't really complying with the terrain. Also just to make it look a little bit more natural as well, since not everything is always going to be at the same height. But I very much enjoy that these reeds came in 2 variations of colour. Let's also add some wildlife. Now I'd like a couple of swans. Let's put down a couple of ducks as well. There we are. So we've got some wildlife, and let's maybe sink some rocks onto this miniature island that we've got going on. So we've got some picnic tables and some benches for the residents to enjoy, and I've also done my signature flower arrangement here. What I've been doing is adding rocks around the area just to kind of make it look as natural as possible with the terrain, and obviously using my favorite tool, which is the gizmo tool. Also, I have not addressed the elephant on the camera. Yes, I'm talking about my brand new haircut. I decided to get rid of my curtains just for a few months, trying out something new. Feel a lot lighter for spring. I think let's go for the white mist. Place it here. You can actually also sync this down with the gizmo tool, which is quite clever. There we are. We have a little, well, quite a large waterfall feature. Do we need to place any lily pads or anything? Maybe. Let's just add a bit of decoration and some reeds. Now, I've done a winding road, just a gradual upgraded road as well to this area, and placed down this fancy looking waterfall. I'll just show you what it looks like in motion. Nice bit of animation. And this won't be a functional bridge. At least I don't think it will, because the residents will just be stuck here, but I just thought it was quite nice to add in this area. I've been loving adding bridges everywhere, so why not another one? Let's place some ivy onto this bridge. Not sure if I like this piece now, unless I can just sink it down a little bit. Just doesn't really make sense with the central part of the ivy going on, so let's maybe opt for this one. Looks a bit more natural. And I'm just going to conceal this kind of jagged edge with some rocks, I believe. Very much looking forward to the upcoming, well, I guess they've said it's a minor spring update, but we're going to be having more decorations, which is very much needed, I think. I mean, I've loved the things I've unlocked over the past few episodes, but I do find I'm so kind of using the same things over and over now, which I guess makes sense when you're kind of going for a similar aesthetic for a city or a town. But yeah, I would love to have more decorative things, especially for like plazas. But speaking of plazas, And look, the mayor's, I guess this is a statue, isn't it? It's a mayor statue, yeah. So, hello, here's me in my fancy hat. But I love all the statues around it, actually. It looks very much in keeping to what you could see in like London, for example, Leicester Square, Trafalgar Square. And I placed it in the center of the university campus. Just thought it was quite appropriate. So maybe we could put it in front of my house, but I think that's a little bit egotistical. So I've created some flower beds here. I think I want to do something a little bit different. So instead of just doing solely flowers, maybe we could do some topiary moments. So I'm thinking, let's place a bush and bring it out a little bit using the gizmo tool. And let's place some flowers. Now, I'm wondering, do I keep with this pink, yellow, and kind of reddish tone, or do I go for a different shade? Would white look nicer? I think white looks quite classic, actually, so maybe let's opt for white, you know? Now I'm wondering, do I need to add the floral bush down instead? One thing I don't like about the bush is, is that it's this kind of weird dark greeny color. It's not my favorite, I must admit. Maybe we could disguise it in this bigger bush. Actually, you know what we could do? Let's grab my statue thing. I think this might look a little bit better, actually. So I do need to make it a touch bigger, create a bit more of a moment. Wondering whether to do a different shade now. I wish I could ask you what you thought while on camera. I'm thinking maybe it's just the white flowers are throwing me off. Yeah, I think this pretty much already looks better. There's something about the white ones. I think the yellow in the center is kind of giving me an egg for some reason. And that's not what I want to go for with the detailing. One thing I did note in the last episode was using the gizmo tool and copying the exact dimensions over. And that's actually been brought up on the Town to City Discord. So I'm very happy that that has been flagged. Because it's quite a manual job. I don't know if you can tell. And that's 137. I literally feel like I'm doing mathematics. 133. I feel like all I'm doing is talking about bush in this Town to City playthrough. I guess landscaping, it doesn't always have to be exactly the same. That's the whole point of Mother Nature, isn't it? Everything's different. Though I can tell this is not in the center. There you go. Let's lift you up. Perfect. Let's place down our red flowers. Yeah, that's great. I think the red really provides a nice contrast to this area. So what I'm going to do is zip away from camera. We can fill out all the rest of the flower beds and continue on with the university campus. our flower beds have officially been planted. Just created some unique patterns in this area. Happy with how they came out. I think what I'd like to do is climb up some ivy along the Ivy League, pun intended, buildings. I think it would really blend it into the environment. Although, for some reason, I can't place it on this building. Thank God for this tool, hey? I think let's maybe sink you down now. Move you across a little bit. Because what I would like to do is add some red flowers. Just as points of interest. Did anyone go to a fancy university? I went to one in London. Not a fancy one, but it was definitely an experience. Very much enjoyed being an adult in university. I think that was what I took away from it. And yeah, I've been in London ever since. Is this literally where the name derived from? The Ivy League school? Because of the amount of ivy that was on the buildings? Don't know, I'm going to have to look into the lore of that. Okay, let's just add some more decorations. Oh, it's tricky, this building, actually. Trickier than I expected. And let's grab our red flowers. A couple here and a couple there. No, I don't need to snap onto the window, thank you very much. Can we add things to the courtyard? Let's maybe go to our furniture. If not, we can already... Oh, yes, we can. Perfect. I think let's use some of the stone benches just for the students of Curioville to have a lunch break and enjoy each other's company. Maybe let's add... Can we add some topiary into this area? Oh, we can. Okay, so it was only difficult by adding the actual ivy to the top of the building, but not when you're in the grounds, which is fortunate. Kind of wish this was not grass, actually. I think it would have looked a bit better as a courtyard. What do we have in the plaza menu that we could potentially use in here? I feel like a statue would work. I mean, we've got a gigantic one right in front of us, but... Will it look weird if I place it in the middle of this buck? I mean, it's a bit random, but I actually kind of like that, you know? And maybe this one can just be a different campus entirely. I think I'd like to add a clock to this building as well. I'm just figuring out where to place said clock. Maybe let's just place it right at the top near the roof line. Just bring you down a touch. Let's add some more ivy. I like these little crests here as well. That's quite nice. Added some detail. I kind of wish we had that in the game, to be honest. But I add some detail without me having to go in and add any manual landscaping or decorations. Sink you in. Yeah, just adding a bit more personality to these buildings. Even though they are very beautiful. Very excited that we now officially have some more luxury buildings in Curioville. Let's add some lights to our university campus. The candles are quite nice, actually. They feel a little bit more subtle. How many people... Oh my god, look at the laborers this requires. 15 artisans. I mean, we've got 10, so we can actually start adding. I guess the demand is very high since it's going to be servicing a lot of Curioville. Yeah, I like the detailing there. I think I'm just going to meander the ivy along a little bit more. You know me, I'm a sucker for detail. Let's randomize this now. I just wish it was a bit easier on these parts to place things. Basically, it's going to be an episode of me complaining that I can't add my own decorations the way I'd like to. Yeah, that's fine. Just needed a sneaky bit of detailing here and there. Let's add some red flowers as well. Bring a bit of colour. Lovely stuff. I think the red flower was the right choice, actually. And what do we want to do? Let's add some lighting to our fine art auctioneer. I think maybe we can add these fancy looking lanterns that I've been adding in the bourgeoisie area. So what is this exactly? It's kind of a gallery, isn't it? Gallery moment. This nice fountain in the centre. What a lovely building that is. Let's maybe add some... Oh, perfect. I was going to wonder if it was going to turn into a floral garland, and it did. Let's add our garlands here. And maybe let's continue on the flowers, actually. I could honestly spend an entire part placing flowers, but I don't know how interesting that would be for you guys, so let me know if you would like a long form. I'm actually also thinking of incorporating a few live streams here and there, and I feel like Kansas City would be the perfect game since we can do some long form detailing, and you know, I could just have a little bit of a chat with you guys about not just Kansas City, just about life, really. So let me know if you would enjoy that. I think I'm going to create a poll in terms of what days would be good for a live stream, because I'm not quite sure at the moment. I usually post on Tuesdays and Thursdays, although unfortunately this week I had to postpone a part, which was unfortunate, but you know, trying my best. So yeah, maybe it could be like a Friday stream or something. I don't know. Sound off in the comments below. I know it's a whole different kettle of fish doing a live stream since, well, you know, you can't say swear words that much. I actually don't really swear that much, but I don't know. Maybe if I forget what I'm doing and I can't place down a decoration, I might say a naughty word. It's just all about those little extra details, I think, that really make a building look personal to you as a builder. Kind of in the mood as well to create my little floral arrangements with this, what is it? I keep forgetting the name, the stone basin. Let's do a couple, but maybe let's switch it up. Instead of doing our trusty faithful pink swatch, let's do our red swatch. Maybe this area can be differentiated by the red. Now to our other campus. We should probably differentiate it. So maybe this is like a campus for science, and this is like a campus for biology, acting like I know anything about any of those subjects. We can definitely still add the benches though to our area. That would be the same. Our courtyard area. One there. And one here. Oh, you know what we could do actually? We've got some statues for some animal statues, pet statues. So why don't we add, I could do a green one. Maybe it's like a veterinarian's university or something. That'd be cool. I mean, I'm kind of just solely adding the dog. Nothing against cats. I'm sure they specialize in cats as well. Yeah, that's fine. Do we have any like pet paraphernalia? PPs? Don't know if we do, you know. Why don't we add some flags? I think that would look cool. Let's go for these. Maybe you can place them around the statue area. As a little ode to our town flag. I suppose also on the buildings as well. Where would look good? I'd quite like it to sit somewhere around here, although we could do it here as well, although it cuts in. What about here? Me spending a ridiculous amount of the video just trying to add flags everywhere. This is going to be hidden by the detail, but I'm going to add it anyway. No, let's add some flags to this area as well. Let's add some ivy. Now I know what I'm doing. Let's do this little stout piece here. Some here and here. And some here. This has probably been one of my most used objects in the entire game, just because it's so customizable, really, and, you know, can really add some very easy detail to the buildings in Kansas City. I actually quite like challenging myself at creating some unique ivy moments. Maybe climb you up here and here. And let's place down some flowers. Maybe let's go for a different shade of flower. I think I also need to add some street lights to this area. Just a bit of mood lighting. So we've got two there. Maybe one in the corners as well. I don't think I'm going to add any extra decorations to this. It's already pretty luxurious looking as it is, to be honest. Although saying that, can I sneak a flag anywhere? Oh, actually, I put the clock up here, but why can't we put it here instead? It's kind of the perfect spot for it, really, since it's a circular moment. Let's make you a bit taller. Hopefully this animates fine. Yeah, slightly glitching in. It's all good. I think that's a better spot for the clock there. Fabulous. Right, let's just finish off this part. It's only going to be a very short part since we're just focusing on this little region. I'm going to create a bit of a moment around our waterfall area. Now, I've actually already started placing some ivy, actually. I didn't realize that you could climb it on this waterfall, but I guess you can add ivy anywhere. So I think I'm going to add some lily pads to this area and also sunflowers as well in varying shades of red. Just bring in that redness. Let's maybe not add some wildlife in here. It's such a tiny little pond area. And we need some street lamps. There we are. I think I might just cover up this notch in the road, since I couldn't really figure out how to rectify that away from camera, and it was looking very annoying. Do I need to carry on the fence around here? I suppose I should, really. Been using the metal fence, and let's also add our metal fence to this corner as well, just to finish it off, make it look a little bit neater. And I'm wondering, do we need to do some flower beds here? It's kind of a weird shape at the moment, but I probably could carve some out with the hedgerows. Maybe you could do like a circular moment. I've noticed this fence in particular really works when you add the curve to it, since it doesn't create these kind of very harsh angles. Let's do an inner circle as well. Landscaping 101. Section everything up in manageable chunks. Now I think what I might do is create some custom flower beds with the white and red flowers, and yeah, just create some new decorative moments. So gonna nip off camera and we can get into landscaping. that's another flower bed planted. I just tried to create as many unique looking shapes as possible and changed up the colorway for this pink and I guess paler red swatch compared to the red that we've got going on. So I think we've added some nice amount of detail to this area and created a lovely looking university campus. I'm very happy with how it turned out. And now going forward, we've got a few more buildings to unlock. So it'd be quite nice to create more of a large city district. I think maybe in the next part, we can make a new square with some theatres and some restaurants. So let's see where Town to City takes us. But I'm going to leave it on, maybe let's look at this shot, this grand looking shot. But if you did like this video, please give it a like and leave me a lovely comment down below. And you can search my name, Curiopher, on YouTube for other cozy building games. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.